We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker. We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma County's home team. We're your progressive alternative to big banks, delivering a full roster of great banking services, but at much lower costs. Our lineup always hits it out of the park. Auto loans, home loans, manufactured home loans, and 100% free checking that pays you back. We're equally proud to support lots of local groups, including the Sonoma Stompers, because that's what neighbors do. We're the home of league-leading Kasasa Checking. Kasasa Checking is better than free. It pays you, and you choose how you want to be rewarded. Bonus dividends on your deposits, or cash back on your debit card purchases. And Kasasa makes any ATM a free ATM. It's easy to switch to Kasasa in just minutes at northbaycu.com. Our convenient branches are just a short stop from anywhere, including our newest Sonoma Valley and Rohnert Park locations. Don't let banks throw curveballs at your budget with high rates and foul fees. Count on North Bay Credit Union to save you money every day. Learn more at northbaycu.com or call 707-584-0384. Loans subject to approval. Details at northbaycu.com.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your specialty. No matter what your background is or where you want to go, at Nelson, every day is a great day for a first day. Connect with a Nelson recruiter in your city to start working on putting your next first day on the calendar. Nelson, our talent is finding yours.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma County's home team. We're your progressive alternative to big banks.
You're a bridge.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma.
Stompers baseball here on this Saturday night from Palooza Park at Arnold Field. The Stompers and the Napa Silverados for the second time in 3 nights. These two teams will play again on Monday, but for now, it's Jacob Cox and Billy Filo, both right-handers, going in the ballgame tonight. The Stompers at 33-12 after the win over San Rafael last night. 10-6 the final, and that one now own a 7.5 game lead in the Pacific Association, the largest all year. And the Napa Silverados come in 1 game over 500 at 23-22, 10 games back of first place. Welcome in, everybody. Forrest Hunt here with you on the Stompers Radio Network and on Sonoma TV for Jacob Cox's 5th start of the season. He is 2-0 with a 3.51 ERA. And this is a lineup he'll face for the Napa Silverados, put out by manager Tito Fuentes Jr. Justin Bird will lead things off in right field, followed by Willie Salas, the shortstop. Josh Montalongo will bat third over at first base, and Nico Tony will bat cleanup and do the catching here tonight. Jordan Garr is at second base. He will bat fifth. Dom Bethencourt will hit sixth over at third. Jordan Anderson is in left, hitting seventh. Nick Olch is the DH. He will hit eighth, and Sean Jackson will round out the lineup in center field and hit ninth. Against Jacob Cox, 2-0, a 3.5 ERA in 33 1/3 innings. He's allowed just 22 runs, 13 of them earned. On 30 hits, 24 strikeouts, 23 walks for the right-hander at 6'5" out of Fresno, California. His first pitch to Justin Bird misses outside at 6:06 here from Palooza Park at Arnold Field. 82 degrees at first pitch. 1 ball and no strikes on Bird, batting left-handed. The right fielder, Cox, deals inside and low. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Justin Bird with 12 home runs and 27 runs batted in, who's hit very well against the Stompers here in this ballpark this year. Takes a strike on the outside corner from Jacob Cox, and the count is 2-1. Hitting .625 since coming over to the Silverados from the Salina Stockade, where he has all 12 of his home runs, and the 2-1 pitch from Cox is outside, 3-1. Bird, Salas, Montalongo, Tony Garr, Bethencourt, Anderson, Olch, and Jackson against Jacob Cox, making his 3rd start against Napa this year. He does not have a decision in either of those starts. The Stompers are 1-1 in games he started against Napa, and Bird pops up the 3-1 pitch into shallow left. Romero, the shortstop, out backpedaling, and it falls. Justin Bird up to second base with a head-first dive. That thing hung up in the air forever. It'll be an error on Rayson Romero to start the ballgame, and Justin Bird's in scoring position with nobody out. He popped it way up into shallow left field. Romero went out. Jacob Barfield, the left fielder, who's not the everyday left fielder, came in just making his 5th start in left field of the season. Came in, did not call Romero off, who was backpedaling out into medium depth left field. And it fell right beside Rayson Romero. So an error, a 2-base error. Napa has a man in scoring position with nobody out. And Willie Salas is going to be the hitter, the second best hitter in the league, 366, with 5 home runs and 29 runs batted in. So right away, Jacob Cox not getting much help from his defense. And against Napa this year in 8 2/3, he's allowed 10 runs, and 4 of them have been unearned. Big, tall right-hander set. He looks out at second base, and the first pitch to Willie Salas is bounced on the ground to third. Quitzer picks it up. He'll look the runner back to second and throw Salas out at first. One away, and a man at second for Josh Montalongo. Montalongo, the first baseman, hitting at .294, 13 home runs, 40 runs batted in. He has Bird at second after the error and 1 out. Jacob Cox at 6'5", sent at the chest. Here's his first pitch to Montalongo, and he deals in a fastball a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes. Cox, the 26-year-old. His 4th season here. Having to work out of a little bit of a jam early on in the ball game. He gives a little inside move towards second. Justin Bird trots back to the bag. Bird the other night, just 2 nights ago here, he was 2 for 2, walked twice, was hit by a pitch, and he stole 3 bases, including 2 of them in the first inning. Cox is 1-0 to Bethencourt's in the dirt. Butcher backhands it, keeps it in front, but reading it out of the hand of Jacob Cox, Justin Bird will move up to third base. Read the pitch in the dirt right away. Bird, no hesitation, taking second. Third, that is. Two balls, no strikes on Montalongo, and now the first run of the ball game just 90 feet away for Napa. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, and Montalongo takes inside 3-0. Montalongo, not the worst thing in the world if you lose him here. With Nico Tony, the catcher, on deck. Montalongo with 13 home runs and 40 runs batted in. Cox works from the stretch with a man at third. His 3-0 is outside and low, so a 4-pitch walk to Josh Montalongo. The walks have been a problem for Cox. Now with that walk even, the strikeout to walk ratio at 24 apiece. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Nico Tony, the catcher, hitting at .280, will come up. Been doing a lot of DHing lately for the Silverados, and Cox starts him with a fastball down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Defensively for the Stompers, Barfield's in left, Hibbert in center, DeAngelis is in right. Quitzer and Romero on the left side, Barrios and Gillespie on the right side, with Bronson Butcher relaying the 1-0 sign to Jacob Cox. Gillespie holds on the runner at first, the 1-0 delivery, and that's outside ball 2. Tony with 2 home runs, 26 RBIs. Napa trying to get on the board first. They got on the board the last time they were here in the first and second innings. Of course, the Stompers walked that game off, 7-6 final. Here's the 2-0 to Tony, and he takes a slider from Cox on the outside corner for strike 1. Napa's played the Stompers tough this year. 8-4 overall against the Silverados. 4-2 at home and 4-2 on the road. The 2-1 pitch from Cox. He goes back to the slider to Tony, who fishes at it in the dirt. That evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The error by Romero at short allowed Bird to get to second base to open the game. Salas grounded to Quitzer at third. Montalongo walked, so runners at the corners. 1 out, top of the first inning. No score in the ball game. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. Butcher pumps the throw. So Montalongo will take second. But Tony does strike out for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the ball game for Jacob Cox, and they're at second and third for Jordan Garr. Cox went to the fastball down low to Tony. He swung through it. Butcher just gave an arm fake. Maybe didn't have the grip on it that he wanted. Montalongo slowed up and stopped between first and second, trying to bait the throw. Butcher just held on. Second and third, 2 out. The first pitch to Jordan Garr, swung on and missed. Stompers coming in, winners of 2 straight. Napa losers of 2 straight. Napa last night were in Vallejo and led 9-2. Vallejo erupted and won that game 18-11. Plenty of offense last night. The 0-1 pitch, a check swing, and he did not go around as they appeal out to the field. Garr able to hold up the swing, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Garr batting at .267. He's driven in 30 on this 2019 season. Could drive in 1, possibly 2 here against Cox in the first inning, trying to get out of it without allowing a run. After the error opened the inning, so a little bit of extra added pressure for Cox. His 1-1 is popped into shallow right center field. Barrios, the second baseman, going out. He slows up, and he'll make the catch. So Cox pitches around the error to lead off the top of the first inning. No runs on no hits, 2 left for Napa. We'll go to the Stomper half of the first inning. Stomper lineup coming up when we return right here on Sonoma TV and on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma County's home team. We're your progressive alternative to big banks, delivering a full roster of great banking services, but at much lower costs. Our lineup always hits it out of the park. Auto loans, home loans, manufactured home loans, and 100% free checking that pays you back. We're equally proud to support lots of local groups, including the Sonoma Stompers, because that's what neighbors do. We're the home of league-leading Kasasa Checking. Kasasa Checking is better than free. It pays you, and you choose how you want to be rewarded. Bonus dividends on your deposits, or cash back on your debit card purchases. And Kasasa makes any ATM a free ATM. It's easy to switch to Kasasa in just minutes at northbaycu.com. Our convenient branches are just a short stop from anywhere, including our newest Sonoma Valley and Rohnert Park locations. Don't let banks throw curveballs at your budget with high rates and foul fees. Count on North Bay Credit Union to save you money every day. Learn more at northbaycu.com or call 707-584-0384. Loans subject to approval. Details at northbaycu.com.
Bottom of the first inning, no score. And here's the lineup for your Stompers, as announced by manager Zach Pace and presented by Sotheby's International Realty. Nick Gatta will lead things off. He's the DH tonight. Matt Hibbert will follow in center field, and Chris Quinter will bat third and play third. Brent Gillespie, the cleanup man, over at first. Jacob Barfield will bat fifth and left. Rob DeAngelis getting the start in right field tonight, batting sixth. Gatta takes on the outside corner from Billy Filo, strike one. Barrios, Butcher, Romero at second, catching in short to round out the Stomper lineup against right-hander Billy Filo from Dauphin, Pennsylvania. He deals and Gatta fouls it away off to the left. Out of play. No balls and 2 strikes to count on Nick Gatta, leading the league with a .369 batting average and a .555 on-base percentage here in the Pacific Association. Filo on nothing in 2, and that breaking ball misses inside, ball 1. Filo in his 11th game, his 10th start. 4-2 with a 3.54 ERA. He was battling Sam Curtis for the title of ace along with Sean Johnson, but Filo and Curtis, the 2 best on this staff for Napa. Here's his 1-2 pitch to Gatta, and that changeup's in the dirt. 61 innings for Filo. 33 runs, 24 earned. 62 hits against him, 46 strikeouts and 18 walks. He has an even 2-2 count on Nick Gatta, the left-handed hitter. He kicks and deals, and Gatta watches a curveball on the inside corner for a called strike 3. So here's Matt Hibbert. Hibbert, the center fielder. In his 5th game, hitting .357. He's been on base more than half the time. Really taking over the center field duties since the departure of Dondre Hubbard. So nobody on and one out. Hibbert swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Philo went with a fastball in the inside half. Philo, 5'10", 170-pounder from Pennsylvania. Nothing in 1 the count on Hibbert. Here's the pitch from Philo, and that breaking ball drops in for strike 2. We got ahead of Gatta 0-2, and then Gatta worked the count even. Now he's ahead of Hibbert, no balls and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 1st inning, no score. Philo over the head. He kicks the 0-2 pitch, and Hibbert is down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Billy Philo. So here's Quinter, who hit the home run in last night's ball game down in San Rafael, the 2-run shot. At the time, gave the Stompers a 3-0 lead, and he and Gillespie powering the Stompers to the 10-6 win last night. Gillespie's grand slam later in that game proved to be the difference. So here's Philo's first pitch to Quinter, and he deals in a strike at the knees. Called a strike by Dean Poteet, and the count is 0-1. Salas had short playing up the middle. Still in the shortstop side of the bag. Here's the 0-1, and Quinter taps it on the ground to second. Jordan Garre is there. He'll drop initially. He'll throw to first. And that ends the inning. So a 1-2-3 first for Billy Philo. We'll go to the second. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for Napa when we return right here on Sonoma TV and on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
No score, top of the second inning. Dominic Bethencourt, Jordan Anderson, and Nick Olch. The 6, 7, 8 hitters for Napa here against Jacob Cox, who didn't have much help from the defense to start the ball game, but was able to pitch around the 2-base error. Got a walk in his first strikeout of the game in the first. Here's his pitch to Dominic Bethencourt. He misses high and away, ball 1. Billy Philo, a very quick bottom half of the first inning, back-to-back strikeouts, and then he got Quitzer to ground to second. They're straight away against Bethencourt, the right-handed hitter, and Cox gets him to swing and miss at a fastball 1-1. Bethencourt at 237, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in, the right-handed hitter. He's bounced around the infield for Napa this year, playing some third, playing some second. And when he's not playing, he's the preferred bat off the bench for Tito Fuentes. He hits a little flare over the head of Barrios into right field, and that's a base hit. First hit of the ballgame for either side. The Dom Bethencourt single to right. He snapped his bat on the hit. Wasn't hit all that hard. Barrios was just backing up. Able to get it over his head. Leadoff single, and that brings up Jordan Anderson. The left fielder batting at 222. He entered the ballgame late on Thursday night as a defensive replacement to come in and play left field. Cox having to work out of the stretch early on here in the second inning, and he deals strike one at the knees. Fastball from Jacob Cox gets him ahead in the count, 0-1. Pinching for a double play. Barrios and Romero up the middle here tonight for the Stompers. Here's the 0-1, and Anderson swings and misses at a slider. You'll see that slider from Cox. He, like Vijay Patel, they have that cutter-slider mixture. Working from the stretch after the leadoff single by Bethencourt. He's at first. The 0-2 pitch tapped softly up the line at third, foul. Still 0-2. Like Patel, Cox depends on with which velocity he throws that cutter or the slider. You throw it a little bit harder, high 80s, low 90s. It works as a cutter. But you take a little bit off, you get a little bit more lateral movement. It turns into a strikeout pitch. He's ahead of Anderson, 0-2, the right-handed hitting left fielder for Napa after Bethencourt's leadoff single to right. DeAngelis is in right field tonight, making his first start of the season in right field. Miles Williams gets the night off. Here's the 0-2 from Cox, and Anderson somehow fouls it away. It goes off the front screen of the Stomper dugout. Had a little bit of two-seam run on it from Jacob Cox. He threw it inside to Anderson, somehow able to get the bat there and get a piece. Sometimes you don't know how you do it, but you did it, and you're still alive. The count is 0-2. Butcher sets the target. Bethencourt leads from first. Another 0-2, and that pitch is fouled in and out of the glove of Bronson Butcher, and maybe even not off the glove. It looked like it got a piece of him. Possibly the top of that left hand, that glove hand for Bronson Butcher. And now he's lying on the dirt right behind home plate by the left-handed batter's box, and Zach Pace is going to come out and check him out. Where did it get him? Butcher still lying now on his hands and knees. It was an 0-2 pitch from Cox. Anderson fighting off a couple of nice pitches from Cox in the at-bat. He got a piece somehow again. And Bronson Butcher got hit. Now down to one knee. Dean Poteet, our home plate umpire, is just going to brush Butcher off a little bit after rolling around in the dirt. Led to believe it may have hit him where you don't want to get hit. Butcher back on his feet. Hands on the knees. He'll jump around. Make sure they're all right. The count is 0-2 on Jordan Anderson, and Bronson Butcher gets the mask and the catcher's glove back from Zach Pace, who's asking him if he's all right. The two having a conversation. Bethencourt singled to right to lead off the inning, and now Jordan Anderson has fouled off 4 straight pitches. One game already down today. The Vallejo Admirals beat the Salina Stockade, and wait till you hear how. That was a 4-hour and 16-minute game in which the Stockade led at one point. They led in that game. They went into the bottom of the 9th inning tied at 6 in that ball game. And the rest will be heard after the 0-2 pitch, which Anderson pops up on the infield. Cox there. Now Quitzer calls him off, 1 out. So they were tied at 6 Salina tied it in the top of the 9th inning. And then they went to the 10th, and of course the international tiebreaker put runners at first and second, and then in that inning, Graylin Durkee hit a grand slam in the bottom half. But Salina scored 6 runs in the top half of the 10th inning to go up 12-6. And Durkee's grand slam in the bottom half, and Vallejo put up 7 runs to win that game 13-12. First pitch to Nick Olch from Jacob Cox is high, ball 1. So a 13-12 Vallejo win over Salina earlier today. By the way, that game finished at about 5:30, and Salina was scheduled to take on San Rafael at 6 o'clock. Jacob Cox misses outside to the designated hitter, Nick Olch, and the count is 2-0. Needless to say, it's 6:30, and they haven't started. 1 out man at first. Cox working from the stretch, his 2-0 pitch, and Olch takes a slider on the inside corner for strike 1. Olch batting at .281, 8 home runs, 32 driven in. So just when you thought Salina was going to break that losing streak, it extends to 17. Here's his 2-1 pitch to Olch, and that's inside and low, ball 3. The Stockade will take on San Rafael. We're just going to keep checking to see when that game starts. And then they're here tomorrow, an afternoon game at 1:05. 3-1 the count on the left-handed hitting Nick Olch. Here's the pitch from Jacob Cox, and he misses the outside corner. Second walk issued by Cox. That puts runners at first and second for Sean Jackson. Jackson batting at .233, doesn't have a home run. He has 4 RBIs, and 3 of those 4 RBIs have come against the Stompers here this year. Leadoff single for Bethancourt. Anderson popped up on the infield to Quitzer, and then the walk to Nick Olch. Bethancourt at second. Average speed. Here's the first pitch from Cox to Jackson, and he hits the outside corner for strike 1. Pinching up the middle, Quitzer at third base is a half step behind the bag. Gillespie is deep at first. Cox gives a move towards second base, and Bethancourt trots back without a throw. Sean Jackson, the left-handed hitter, in center field here tonight. Awaits the 0-1 pitch from Jacob Cox, who looks back to second. Now the delivery, and Jackson lays down a bunt third base side. Quitzer charges. He'll field to throw on the run. In time to get him. So a sacrifice, 5-3 for Sean Jackson, moves everybody up 90 feet. And now Justin Bird, who's done nothing but produce against the Stompers this year, will hit with second and third and 2 out. Bird reached on the error in the first inning by Romero at short on a pop-up and stole third. He was stranded at third base. Still scoreless here in the top of the second inning. Cox trying to strand second and third for the second straight inning. Straight away in the outfield and very deep all the way around for Justin Bird, who does have 12 home runs on the season. Cox will work from the stretch with 2 on and 2 out. His first pitch to Bird is a slider through the back door. It catches the outside corner. The count is 0-1. Stompers 22-6 here at home here in 2019 and are 21 games over 500. Barrios at second has his heels on the grass against Bird. Cox is 0-1, and that's lined into right field. That'll fall for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Olch, and DeAngelis cannot pick it cleanly. 2 runs are going to score, and Napa takes a 2-0 lead. Justin Bird does it to the Stompers again. 2-0 Napa on the Justin Bird base hit to right. Here's Willie Salas. He takes a first pitch strike from Jacob Cox. No balls in 1 strike to count. Salas grounded to Quitzer his first time up. Napa has jumped down in front 2-0 on the Justin Bird single to right. Bird at first base. He'll take off. The pitch is outside. Butcher's throw down to second is in. Plenty of time to retire Bird. Bird does his job getting the single to right. Brings home a pair of runs. Napa's on the board. It's 2-0. We go to the Stomper half of the second. Gillespie, Barfield, DeAngelis, middle third of the order coming up.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your specialty. No matter what your background is or where you want to go, at Nelson, every day is a great day for a first day. Connect with a Nelson recruiter in your city to start working on putting your next first day on the calendar. Nelson, our talent is finding yours.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Wordmice.
Brent Gillespie leads us off bottom of the second inning, the middle third of the order against Billy Filo, who worked a 1-2-3 first. The right-hander deals to Gillespie, and he takes high and away, ball one. Only 10 pitches needed for Filo in that first inning. Gillespie last night, a sacrifice fly in the grand slam. He drove in 5. He has 7 home runs, 30 runs batted in. The 1-0 pitch catches the outside black to Gillespie, 1-1. He's reached in all 25 games here this year. He's played in 25 straight since coming over from the Czech Republic to the Stompers. Here's the 1-1, and Gillespie takes low. 30 RBIs for Gillespie in 25 games. Is that good? I think that's good. I think I'd be happy with 20 in 25 games. It's almost an RBI a game. Instead, more than one RBI a game for Gillespie. Here's the 2-1, and he hits it right to Montalongo, and it's past him into right field. Gillespie around first, over to get it, Justin Bird. Gillespie's on his way to second. The throw-in is going to be late. Gillespie with a leadoff double, smoked it past Montalongo over at first. Gillespie with his 5th double of the season in 26 games. And now here's Jacob Barfield. Gillespie at second base after the double down the right field line. He just continues to rip the cover off the baseball. Jacob Barfield will be the hitter. And at second, nobody out. Barfield, the right-handed hitter at the plate. Gillespie leads from second. Filo out of the stretch for the first time here tonight, and Barfield takes on the inside corner. A fastball from Filo. No balls and 1 strike to count. Barfield making his 5th start in left field. Batting at .246. He has 11 home runs. Leads the team now with the absence of Dondre Hubbard. Or not the absence, the promotion of Dondre Hubbard. And Barfield takes low here, 1-1. Hubbard with the Lake Erie Crushers of the Frontier League. So Barfield with 11 home runs and 25 runs batted in. 1-1 the count on Barfield. Gillespie at second base, not much speed. Gar at second is pulled up the middle. Shifted over on Jacob Barfield. He's a 1-1, and he squares around and takes low. Barfield trying to get on base any way he can and raise that 246 average. Bethencourt at third is now drawn in, even with the bag. Salas in the 5-6 hole deep end short, and Gar is just 3 steps to the right side of second base. Montalongo well off the line at first. Philo at the belt. 2 lengths to second. Now the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Two runs for Napa in the top half of this second inning. The Justin Bird 2-run single to right, and he just continues to produce offensively against the Stompers here this year, no matter what uniform he's wearing. 2-2. Barfield's going to call time when Philo comes set. Trying to move him over here in the second. Make it a productive at bat. Jackson in center pulled over toward the pull side gap against Jacob Barfield. Philo's 2-2 pitch inside, and Barfield has to lunge to get out of the way. The count is full on Jacob Barfield. Rob DeAngelis waits on deck. Philo's already thrown as many pitches here in the second inning as he did in the first. Gillespie's at second with nobody out. Right-hander deals on 3-2, and Barfield swings and misses for strike. Out number 1, the third strikeout for Billy Philo. Unproductive as he doesn't get the runner over. Here's Rob DeAngelis. DeAngelis comes in at 283. 6 home runs, 30 driven in. Drove in a run last night when he and Miles Williams hit back-to-back doubles. Bringing in his 30th. An opportunity here with Gillespie at second, still 1 out. First pitch from Billy Philo, and DeAngelis sprays it out to play off to the left. We've seen Napa shifting around the infield more in the last 3 or 4 games or so against him. Jordan Gar at second base is in short right field, as if DeAngelis were a power-hitting, strict pull hitter. And Salas at short is still on the shortstop side of the bag. Here's the 0-1, and DeAngelis takes a breaking ball down near the back foot, 1-1. You see that from the second baseman usually when they put the overshift on, and the shortstop's on that side of the infield as well. Well, not here. A 40, 80-foot ground ball to the right side of the infield would grant DeAngelis a base hit. Here's the 0-1 from Philo, and that curveball is tapped straight down at the plate, 1-2. All he'd have to do was get it past the pitcher's mound on the right side of the infield, and DeAngelis has a hit. I mean, there's a vast gap between Salas and Gar up the middle on the right side. One and two on DeAngelis. Gillespie at second after the leadoff double, 1 out. Bottom of the second inning, 2-0 Napa leads. Philo, a long stare into Tony now, and DeAngelis will call time. Anderson, Jackson, and Bird in the outfield for Napa. Bethencourt, Salas, Gar, Montalongo with Tony catching here tonight. DeAngelis awaits the 1-2. Philo ready at the belt. A look to second, the 1-2 pitch, and DeAngelis sprays it foul down the left field line and out of play. Still 1-2 on DeAngelis. The shadows covering a majority of the infield here. And Gar at second base is still going to go out into short right field. I mean, he's in the 3-4 hole over there at second. Probably 20 feet from first baseman Montalongo. Here's the 1-2, and DeAngelis fouls it straight back. Counts to 1-2 on DeAngelis. Pedro Barrios on deck. Still very early here in the bottom of the second. One ball, two strike pitch coming from Philo. Here it is, and DeAngelis takes high and away, ball two. DeAngelis building in a bat against Philo here, who struck out threes, allowed just the one hit. Philo sent the 2-2 delivery, and DeAngelis fouls it away again. Eighth pitch to the at-bat coming up to Rob DeAngelis. Will not go down against Philo here with a man at second base and one out. Philo readies once again. Here comes another 2-2 to DeAngelis, and he checks his swing and fouls it off to the left. That's the fifth foul ball in the at-bat from Rob DeAngelis. You'll see a ninth pitch from Philo. He only threw 10 in the first inning. Lots of room on the whole right side of the field for Rob to work with. Here's the 2-2, and that hit him. Got him right on the elbow, that elbow guard that DeAngelis wears. A 9-pitch hit by pitch for Rob DeAngelis. Third time Rob has been hit this year. So here's Pedro Barrios, the Venezuelan second baseman. So DeAngelis has now reached in 32 straight games. '46th game of the year here tonight, 46 of 64. Philo's first pitch to Barrios. He checks his swing and takes a called strike on the inside corner. Barrios, who's also reached in 23 straight. Injured that thumb against these Napa Silverados on the road. The 20th of July. Back in the lineup tonight, the 0-1, and he hits it on the ground to short softly. Salas will charge. He'll go to first, and the throw is over the head of Montelongo. Gillespie's going to score. Up to third base goes Rob DeAngelis. Stompers are on the board. It's 2-1. Run scores on the throwing error. So each side with an error now in the ball game, and the Stompers with a golden opportunity to tie things here in the second. So Bronson Butcher will be the hitter. The error by Salas and short on the throw allows DeAngelis to go to third. Barrios stays put at first base. Gillespie does score from second, so it's 2-1. Stompers still trail here in the bottom of the second inning. Bronson Butcher with runners at the corners and one out against Philo. His first pitch, and Butcher takes inside, ball one. Butcher hitting at .214. 2 home runs, 10 driven in. Trying to tie this game up in the second. Barrios at first. He has plenty of speed. The 1-0 pitch, and Butcher lines it in the air to left. Coming on Anderson. It'll fall in front for a base hit. Bronson Butcher RBI single, and we're tied at 2. '11th RBI of the season for Butcher. First and second one out. Rayson Romero's going to come to the plate. Romero, who's reached an 8 straight, batting at .176, so the average for Romero is still down below the Mendoza line. But the on base, we talk about this every night for Rayson Romero, at .426. He has driven in 7 this year, the right-handed hitting shortstop. He has Barrios at second, Butcher at first, one out. The first pitch, and Romero takes inside, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes on Romero. Top of the lineup on deck in the form of Nick Gata. Phelan looks to second. He deals home on 1-0, and Romero hits it on the line right to Salas at short. He makes the catch, and Bronson Butcher is hung up between first and second. So that'll be an unassisted double play. Salas makes the catch on the line drive for out number 2, and he runs over and tags Bronson Butcher for out number 3. Zach Pace is going to come out and say that the ball hit the dirt. Bronson Butcher saying it hit the dirt, and Pedro Barrios, who retreated back to second base, he sure thought it hit the dirt. But Napa's coming off the field, and Zach Pace is going to take the helmet from Pedro Barrios, so it will be a line out for Rayson Romero, and Bronson Butcher is tagged for the final out of the inning. We're tied at 2. We'll go to the third. 2, 3, 4 spots coming up for Napa.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Willie Salas opens the top of the third inning for Napa against Jacob Cox. Salas is 0 for 1, and Cox starts him with a slider up high, 1 ball and no strikes. Stompers score twice in the bottom of the second. An error allows a run to score. Bronson Butcher drives in the other. Here's Cox on 1-0, and that cutter catches the outside corner, 1-1. So they were scheduled to start at 6 o'clock down in San Rafael in the 4-hour, 16-minute game before the Admirals and the Stockade have delayed that start time, and Salas taps it on the ground to short. Romero deep in the hole from his back foot. Long throw in time to get Salas. Tremendous play by Romero out at short to get the speedy Willie Salas for the first out. And, well, they still haven't started down there. So we're just going to keep an eye on when that game will start. It's going to be a long day for Salina, and then they have to turn around and come here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Sunday afternoon game here at Palooza Park at Arnold Field. So 1 out. Here's Josh Montelongo. Jacob Cox from the windup. He throws a fastball right past Montelongo for strike 1. Montelongo, the first strike he's seen. He took a 4-pitch walk his first time against Cox. One of 2 walks that Cox has issued. Here's his 0-1 pitch, and that swung on and missed. Back-to-back heaters from Cox. He's way ahead, 0-2. Go with anything here. Maybe that slider that runs away from Montelongo. Take a little bit off of it. Get a little more lateral movement. Butcher sets the target, the 0-2, and he dots the outside corner, strike 3. Second strikeout for Jacob Cox, 2 away in the third. Speaking of strikeouts, boy, did we see a performance last night from VJ Patel. 6 2/3 for the right-hander last night, earning his 6th win of the season. He struck out 11, one shy of his season high and one shy of the franchise record, which he tied earlier this year. Nico Tony hits the first pitch wide of third. Foul ball starts the at-bat, and the count is 0-1. It was Patel for 6 2/3, Barnett for an inning and a third, and then Orvis came in and shut the door in the 9th. The 0-1 pitch from Cox to Tony, a slider, misses inside and low. It skips in the dirt. 1-1 the count on Tony. He struck out his first time against Cox. The grounder to short, and the strikeout opens the third for the big right-hander. Working quickly here on 1-1 to Tony, and he pulls it across, down and away. Tony takes 2-1. These two teams are going to see a lot of each other. They played 2 nights ago here, and of course Nick Gana's walk-off walk won the game for the Stompers 7-6. Tonight, and then again on Monday night. So in 5 games, these two teams are going to see each other 3 times. Tonight, the second of those 3, the 2-1 slider swung on and missed. So Jacob Cox has the slider working to the right-handers tonight. Stockade in the house tomorrow. Only our second day game of the year tomorrow. Here, that second day game here at home. Here's the 2-2, and Tony's down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jacob Cox ends the inning. A 1-2-3 Stompers will try and go ahead. The top of the lineup coming up in the home half of the third.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
social media support is provided by Wordmice.
Nick Gana leads us off. Bottom of the third inning, we're tied at 2. The left-handed hitter hits it on the ground to short, a high 2-hopper to Salas. The throw across the infield, high! And they got him on the tag. The throw was high from Salas at short. Montelongo had to leap. And he puts the tag on Nick Gana before touching first base. So Gana's retired for the first down on one pitch here in the bottom of the third. 10 pitches for Billy Filo in the first inning, 25 in the second inning. He gets one out on one pitch here in the third. So here's Matt Hibbert. He went down on strikes on 3 pitches his first time against Filo. Working out of the windup, his first pitch to Hibbert. He takes across the letters for strike 1. Nothing in one. Filo, the right-hander who's emerged as one of the Napa aces this year, and on 0-1, that's inside, and it hit Hibbert. Got him right on the jersey. Hibbert, who was hit twice last night, he's been hit tonight. It's only his 5th game in a Stomper uniform, and he's been hit 5 times. Here's Chris Quincer, who hit the big home run in last night's game. He bounced to second against Billy Philo his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Hibbert at first after being hit. They'll throw over in a lazy dive back from Hibbert. He's in safely. Hibbert, he can fly over at first base. They pinch for a double play. At first pitch to Quincer. That misses outside. A fastball from Philo for ball 1. Gar and Salas pinching. Bethencourt at third. Even with the bag, Quincer laid down a bunt single the last time these two teams played 2 nights ago. Showcased the bat control and the speed. So he brings Bethencourt in. Here's the 1-0, and Quincer takes outside ball 2. Billy Philo wants a new baseball, and time is called. We're tied at 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Quincer, who's trying to extend his on-base streak to 20 games. 0 for 1 here tonight. Hibbert leads from first, the 2-0. Quincer takes a big hack and fouls a fastball back to the screen. He hit a ball last night, one of the furthest balls we've seen hit this year. I mean, absolutely annihilated a 2-run home run to right. Up there with the ball that Gillespie hit to center here that actually stayed in the ballpark for a triple. And earlier this season, Dondre Hubbard hit one out to right center. Those up there for the furthest balls we've seen hit. Spinning a throw to first. Hibbert back with a dive. Two balls, 1 strike to count. Quincer, the left-handed batter, against Philo, the right-handed starter. Montalongo holds on the runner at first, the 2-1 pitch, and Quincer swings through it, 2-2. Stompers the best offensive team in the league, trying to put up some numbers here against Philo in the 3rd. Here comes the 2-2 to Chris Quincer from Philo. After a very long pause, the pitch, and that's inside. The count is full. Stompers lead the league home runs, runs scored, runs batted in, walks on base, slugging, OPS, average, you name it. Unless it's stolen bases, they probably lead the league. The count is full on Chris Quincer. May see Hibbert take off here. He does. The payoff pitch swung on and missed. Tony's throw down to second base is going to be into center field. Hibbert up on his feet. Jackson Fields, his throw to third is not in time. Matt Hibbert steals second. He'll go to third on the throwing error by Nico Tony behind the plate. Quincer did strike out on the pitch, so he's out number 2. But Hibbert's at third base for Brent Gillespie. The throw went down to second on 1 hop. It was a good throw. It was on line. It just got past Salas, and the speed of Matt Hibbert allows him to move up to third. Go-ahead run 90 feet away for Gillespie, who doubled his first time against Philo. So now Jordan Garr, the second baseman, is going to go play in short right field. First pitch to Gillespie. A breaking ball drops in at the knees for strike 1. Salas at short is going to go right behind the second base bag. So once again, just a routine grounder to second is probably a hit and a run. Philo's 0-1 delivery to Gillespie. He pulls it foul along first. Now Gillespie in a hole, 0-2. Stompers looking for their second hit with a man in scoring position already in this ball game. 1 for 3 in the game so far. Hitting over 300 as a club with men in scoring position, 301. Gillespie's average above 400. Left-handed hitter at the plate in an 0-2 hole against Philo. Here's the pitch. Gillespie's down on strikes. Fifth strikeout for Billy Philo. He strands the runner at third. We stay tied through 3. Jordan Garr will lead things off when we come back in the top of the 4th.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma County's home team. We're your progressive alternative to big banks, delivering a full roster of great banking services, but at much lower costs. Our lineup always hits it out of the park. Auto loans, home loans, manufactured home loans, and 100% free checking that pays you back. We're equally proud to support lots of local groups, including the Sonoma Stompers, because that's what neighbors do. We're the home of league-leading Kasasa Checking. Kasasa Checking is better than free. It pays you, and you choose how you want to be rewarded. Bonus dividends on your deposits, or cash back on your debit card purchases. And Kasasa makes any ATM a free ATM. It's easy to switch to Kasasa in just minutes at northbaycu.com. Our convenient branches are just a short stop from anywhere, including our newest Sonoma Valley and Rohnert Park locations. Don't let banks throw curveballs at your budget with high rates and foul fees. Count on North Bay Credit Union to save you money every day. Learn more at northbaycu.com or call 707-584-0384. Loans subject to approval. Details at northbaycu.com.
Jordan Garr leads it off for Napa here in the top of the 4th inning in a 2-2 tie. And Jacob Cox misses high and in with a fastball. With ball and no strikes to count, Garr popped up to Pedro Barrios to end the first inning with men at second and third. So he's 0 for 1 in the game, and here's Cox downhill on 1-0, and he deals in a cutter for strike 1. That pitch was number 51 for Cox. Boy, has Billy Philo gotten himself out of a couple of jams tonight. The back-to-back strikeouts in the bottom of the 3rd inning as Cox deals low to get out of strand a runner at 3rd. 2 balls and a strike to Jordan Garr, the right-handed hitter. Cox takes a little walk behind the mound now, back on top of the hill, and he starts to wind up the 2-1 pitch. Right on the outside corner to Garr with a fastball, strike 2. Three strikeouts and 2 walks for Cox in the game. 2 hits against him. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He elevated the fastball and Garr chased it for strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Cox, and that's 3 in a row going back to last inning. So here's Dominic Bethencourt. Singled and scored in the 2nd inning. Singled to lead off that inning and then scored on the Justin Bird 2-run single. Nobody on and 1 out. Bethencourt, the right-handed hitter, awaits the first pitch from Cox, and he hits the outside corner with a fastball for strike 1. So Cox has found something that he likes. A little more comfortable on the hill here in the 4th inning. Nothing in 1 on Bethencourt, who stands with 1 foot out of the box, looks down at the barrel of the bat, and now digs back in. Straightaway stance. Here's the 0-1 from Cox, and he checks his swing, and they appeal. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Bethencourt unable to hold up the swing, and the count is 0-2. Way ahead of Bethencourt, 0-2. Jacob Cox, he has 4 strikeouts. He struck out Garr to open the inning. Had back-to-back Ks to end the 3rd. Nothing and 2. Cox stares in. He lifts the leg, the 0-2 inside to Bethencourt. Way inside, he has to jump out of the way. One and 2 on Dom Bethencourt. Cox lifts the leg. He fires on 1-2, and that slider misses low. From 0-2 to 2-2, Bethencourt has built the count against Jacob Cox. Two and 2. The pitch from Cox. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. 4 strikeouts in a row for Cox. Back-to-back strikeouts have opened the inning. Base is empty and 2 away. Jordan Anderson will be the hitter. Cox from the first base side of the rubber, and Anderson fouls it straight back off the glove of Bronson Butcher for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Anderson. He popped up to Chris Quitzer on the infield over at third. His first time up, the 0-1 pitch, and that hit Anderson on the elbow. So that breaks the streak of 5 straight retired by Cox and 4 straight strikeouts. The 2-out hit batsman. And that brings up the left-handed hitter, Nick Olch. Olch walked and scored in the second. Man at first, Anderson after being hit. Cox back out of the stretch. Anderson leads from first. The first pitch to Nick Olch is high with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Cox looks over the shoulder to Anderson at first base. Now pauses the 1-0 pitch. Very high. Butcher has to leap out of the crouch. 2 balls and no strikes on Olch, who walked the first time. 1 of 2 walks that Cox has issued in the ballgame. In a 2-2 tie in the top of the 4th inning. Cox deals on 2-0, and that slider is on the outside corner to Olch, 2-1. Cox sent across from the chest, the 2-1 delivery, and that's outside to Olch again. 3-1 on the left-handed hitter, Nick Olch. Sean Jackson on deck. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and Olch swings through the fastball, and the count is full. Gillespie will back up at first with 2 out and the count full on Olch. Jordan Anderson will get a head start. 5 strikeouts in the game for Jacob Cox. Here's his payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. 3rd walk for Cox in the game. 2nd one to Nick Olch. Two quick outs on strikeouts. Anderson hit, Olch walked, and here is Sean Jackson. So the base hit Jackson could break our scoreless tie here in the 4th. He does have 4 RBIs, and 3 of them have come against the Stompers this year. Cox starts him with a fastball way outside, 1 ball and no strikes. One and 0 Jackson, the left-handed hitter, with Justine Bird on deck, and Cox would love to face him to start the 5th. In a 2-2 tie, his 1-0 pitch. Slider, strike 1 on the outside corner. That's been the pitch that's been the best one for Cox against the left-handers tonight. That backdoor slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Anderson leads from second, Olch from first. Cox gives a move towards second base. 1-1, the count. They're straight away defensively against Sean Jackson. Medium depth in the outfield. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. 1-2, and Cox is a pitch away from getting out of the fourth. One ball, 2 strikes. Jackson inches closer to the plate. Pulls the bat back. Cox set. His 1-2 delivery outside, 2-2. Trying to put away Jackson to end the fourth. At one point, Cox struck out 4 in a row before hitting Anderson and walking Olch with 2 out here in the inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Cox off the outside corner. The count is full. Good tank from Jackson. The slider just missed from Cox away. So the runners will get a head start. In the 3-2 count, Justin Bird's on deck. Cox is going to challenge Jackson here. Butcher sets up the payoff pitch, fouled away. Jackson, a .233 hitter, laid down a sac bunt his first time up against Cox. Three and 2, Anderson at second and Olch at first will get the head start. And a 2-2 tie in the fourth. Cox's payoff pitch swung on and missed. In the dirt, Butcher will block it. He'll throw down to first to complete the strikeout. 6 strikeouts for Jacob Cox. He strikes out the side here in the fourth and strands 2. We'll go to the home half of the inning. Barfield, DeAngelis, Barrios coming up for the Stompers.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your specialty. No matter what your background is or where you want to go, at Nelson, every day is a great day for a first day. Connect with a Nelson recruiter in your city to start working on putting your next first day on the calendar. Nelson, our talent is finding yours.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma County.
Jacob Barfield leads it off in the Stomper half of the fourth inning against Billy Philo. He's struck out 5 in the game. He struck out Barfield the first time up, and his first pitch to Barfield here is tapped wide of third into foul territory, and the count is 0-1. Just 2 hits against Philo in the game. They both came in the second inning. Gillespie leadoff double, and then the Bronson Butcher RBI single. We're tied at 2 as we enter the last of the fourth. Here's the 0-1. Barfield takes a huge hack and comes up empty on a breaking ball. They still haven't started down in San Rafael. 7:20. Our time here on the West Coast. The 0-2 pitch from Philo. Barfield gets a piece to stay alive. After 2 breaking balls open the at-bat, Philo goes with a fastball there. Probably go back to the 2 breaking balls here against Barfield. Swung and missed at the first 2. Struck him out on a breaking ball the first time. Plenty of pitches to play with. On 0-2 over the head goes Philo. Now he comes home, and Barfield swings and misses on a fastball. Strikeout number 6 for Billy Philo, and we have a high strikeout game tonight. Here's Rob DeAngelis. Worked a hit by pitch on the 9th pitch of the at-bat. His first time against Philo. They're going to play the shift on DeAngelis. Not the over shift, but Gar's going to go out into short right field. Seen that once or twice tonight already. The first pitch to Rob. Breaking ball called a strike on the inside corner. 2-2 tie in the 4th. They're straight away in the outfield against DeAngelis. Philo's 0-1. Swung on and missed. Fastball low and away. No balls in, 2 strikes the count. Philo's been ahead of almost everybody all night. The first 3 1/3. The 0-2. Flared down the left field line. Out goes Bethencourt. On comes Anderson toward the line. He dives, crossing into foul territory, and he makes the catch. Jordan Anderson. The diving play on the line. 2 out. Here is Pedro Barrios. Reached on an error by Salas at short in the 2nd inning. The error that went over the head of Montalongo and allowed the first run to score for the Stompers. They went on to score another one to tie the game at 2. And we've sat tied at 2 sets. Both teams scoring twice in the 2nd inning. Nobody on, 2 away. Barrios, the right-handed hitter. Here's the first pitch from Philo, and he snaps a breaking ball on the outside corner. The no ball 1 strike pitch from Philo to Barrios on its way, and Barrios takes another breaking ball. This one a little bit too low. Napa comes in 1 game over 500, 10 games back of first place with a record of 23-22. Led early in the game last night against Vallejo, and the Vallejo offense erupted, and they erupted again today. Barrios takes low, 2 balls and 1 strike. 18-11 the final from Vallejo last night. The Admirals came back against Napa, and then they were trailing Salina today. 12-6 in extras. Put up 7 runs in the bottom of the 10th to win. How, you may ask? The 2-1. Barrios takes strike 2. Another breaking ball from Philo. Breaking ball's been working to everybody tonight. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, 2 out. Philo goes over the head, lifts the leg, and he deals a 2-2 pitch to Barrios. At the knees, strike 3. 7th strikeout for Billy Philo. Bookend strikeouts here in the 4th inning. So we'll go to the 5th, tied at 2.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your specialty. No matter what your background is or where you want to go, at Nelson, every day is a great day for a first day. Connect with a Nelson recruiter in your city to start working on putting your next first day on the calendar. Nelson, our talent is finding yours.
Top of the Napa order against Jacob Cox here in the top of the 5th inning. We're tied at 2. It's Bird, Salas, and Montalongo. Bird, the left-handed hitter, had the 2-run single in the 2nd inning. The only runs for Napa in the game so far, and Cox starts him with a fastball for strike 1 on the inside corner at the knees. Bird has reached both times. He reached to open the game on the error by Romero at short on a little pop-up. So here's Cox on 0-1. He misses outside and low. Retire Justin Bird. That's been the mantra. No matter what team he's played on, just get him out. Stompers having a hard time doing that this year no matter what uniform he's wearing. The 1-1 pitch is low and away. Last time he was here, he reached all 5 times. Couple of hits, couple of walks, hit by pitch tonight, a single, and reached on an error. Somehow, Bird's just always on base. Cox's 2-1 pitch, that's tapped straight back. The count is 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes, Bird, the left-handed hitter, to open this 5th. Cox works from the windup, the 2-2 pitch, very high, and the count is full.
Do you have anyone going around with like a radar gun?
3-2 the count. This pitch will be number 80 for Jacob Cox. Here it is to Justin Bird, and he hits it down the left field line, slicing toward foul territory, and it will land out of play. Count remains full on Justin Bird. 7th pitch coming up. That's the longest at bat against Cox in the ballgame. Bird digs back in the left-hand side. Cox starts the motion, the payoff pitch once again. Swung on and missed. 7th strikeout for Jacob Cox. 1 out in the 5th. So here's Willie Salas. Nobody on, 1 out after the strikeout. Salas 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and grounded to third. Jacob Cox, 7 strikeouts. That's a season high, and he hits the outside corner to Salas here, 0-1. On 0-1 to Salas, Cox Deals, and Salas hits it softly on the ground to short. Romero up with it quickly, and he throws Salas out at first. That's his second time that Romero has made a tremendous play to throw out Willie Salas, who runs very well down the line. Quickly 2 out, and here is Josh Montalongo. The strikeout, the ground out. Montalongo will bat with the bases empty and 2 away. We saw a masterful performance from Patel last night, striking out 11. Cox has 7 with 2 out in the 5th. Pitch counts up there, though, for the right-hander. Here's his first pitch to Montalongo on the outside corner. 0-1. Get ahead in the count. Cox has been doing that in the last couple of innings. Here's his 0-1 to Montalongo. Swung on and missed. A little bit of a wrinkle in that one from Cox. He's way ahead 0-2. He struck out a pair in the 3rd, struck out the side in the 4th. Way ahead 0-2 as he's back on top of the hill. Butcher sets the target, the 0-2 pitch. Montalongo fouls it out of play. Montalongo fights to see another pitch. After Cox got 2 quick outs to open the inning. We're still tied at 2 in the 5th. The 0-2 pitch. A little bit low and away. 1-2 the count on Montalongo, the slugging first baseman, hitting just below 300. He's walked and struck out in the game. Cox's 1-2 pitch. A slider outside. Good take by Montalongo. Good strikeout pitch there for Jacob Cox. Good swing and a miss pitch, and just a better take from Montalongo. The count's even at 2-2. Cox gets the grip from the first base side of the rubber. He deals on 2-2, and Montalongo hits it softly on the ground. A third. Quitzer will charge the throw on the run, and a 1-2-3 5th for Jacob Cox. We're halfway through the ball game, tied at 2. Bronson Butcher will lead off the Stomper half of the 5th when we come back.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma County's home team. We're your progressive alternative to big banks, delivering a full roster of great banking services, but at much lower costs. Our lineup always hits it out of the park. Auto loans, home loans, manufactured home loans, and 100% free checking that pays you back. We're equally proud to support lots of local groups, including the Sonoma Stompers, because that's what neighbors do. We're the home of league-leading Kasasa Checking. Kasasa Checking is better than free. It pays you, and you choose how you want to be rewarded. Bonus dividends on your deposits, or cash back on your debit card purchases. And Kasasa makes any ATM a free ATM. It's easy to switch to Kasasa in just minutes at northbaycu.com. Our convenient branches are just a short stop from anywhere, including our newest Sonoma Valley and Rohnert Park locations. Don't let banks throw curveballs at your budget with high rates and foul fees. Count on North Bay Credit Union to save you money every day. Learn more at northbaycu.com or call 707-584-0384. Loans subject to approval. Details at northbaycu.com.
Bronson Butcher leads us off here in the bottom of the 5th inning as we enter the second half of the ball game, and he takes a wicked breaking ball from Billy Filo. Butcher ducked as if it were going to hit him in the head, and it snapped right over the heart of the plate. There's the 0-1 from Filo. He goes back to that breaking ball, and this time it misses. At pitch number 61 for Filo. Jacob Cox at 89 through 5 innings. Philo deals on 1-1 to Bronson Butcher, and he's over the top of the breaking ball 1-2. Butcher, Romero, and Gata, 8-9-1 hitters. Here in the last of the fifth. Philo, who's been cruising with 7 strikeouts, just 2 hits against him. His 1-2 pitch, and that's low, 2-2. Same for Cox. 7 strikeouts and 2 hits against him. Both hits against both pitchers came in the second inning. Almost identical stat lines. Philo, though, doesn't have a walk. Here's his 2-2, and that breaking ball catches the inside corner to Bronson Butcher for strike 3. Strikeout number 8 for Philo. Here's Rayson Romero. Cox on the other side. He does have 3 walks, but he's scattered them. Really the first time we've seen Cox do that this year. Usually when he does pile up the walks, they are consecutive. Romero lined out to short his first time up. It started a 6 unassisted double play to end the second inning. Philo's first pitch, and Romero skies it out to play off to the right. 2-1 strike the count. Well, they've started in San Rafael. They're in the bottom of the first inning in a scoreless game. A little bit of a late start. 0-1. Billy Philo wants a new baseball. No balls in 1 strike the count on Rayson Romero. Philo, the right-hander, over the head with the windup. His 0-1 pitch, and Romero hits it on the ground up the middle and into center field for a base hit. First hit for the Stompers since the second inning, and the lineup turns over for Nick Gata. Nick Gata, who is 0 for 2. Will bat after the Romero's 1-out single up the middle. Gata, who went 4 for 4 last night, 4 singles and a walk. There goes Romero. The first pitch is taken. The throw is high. Romero takes second base. The count is 1-0. The pitch missed outside to Gata. It was a breaking ball. Rayson Romero steals his 9th bag of the season, and he's at second base with 1 out. Gata bats Romero at second. He's hitting .342 with men in scoring position this year is Nick Gata. Bethencourt's pulled in at third. Philo's 1-0 pitch, and Gata takes at the knees, strike 1. Trying to snap an 0 for 2 in the game. The man who leads the league with a .555 on base percentage, that's 90 points higher than anybody else. Also has 58 walks in 45 games. There's the 1-1 from Philo, and Gata takes a breaking ball in the dirt. That skips past Tony. Now Romero's hung up between second and third, and Tony will fire to third. And luckily for Rayson Romero, he's able to scamper back to the second base bag. It was in the dirt and skipped away straight back. Romero got a late read on it. Decided he wanted to try to go, but by the time he did, Tony was already to the baseball. The count's 2-1 on Nick Gata. I'm sure Napa's tired of seeing Nick Gata at the plate, especially after he was the one that drew the walk-off walk 2 nights ago. Gata trying to reach for the first time. Now Philo steps off, and he'll retow on the third base side of the rubber. Romero leads from second base, 1 out, bottom of the 5th, tied at 2. Philo looks to second 3 times, and now Gata raises the hand and calls time. 2-1 strike the count. Gata ahead. Trying to break our scoreless tie here in the 5th. Philo's at the belt, his 2-1 delivery, and Gata takes a breaking ball high and away. That thing just ballooned out of the hand of Philo. Never really came down. The curveball that has been so good for Philo in this game tonight. It's helped him on his way to 8 strikeouts already through 4 1/3. Out of the stretch, he stares into Tony. The 3-1 pitch to Nick Gatta. After 2 looks to second, here it comes, and that's low, ball 4. First walk given up by Billy Philo in the ball game. It comes to Nick Gatta, his 59th of the year. And here comes Matt Hibbert. Hibbert has struck out, and he was hit by a pitch. Chance to drive in a run here. He has 1 RBI in 4 games. It was in that walk-off win. Late in the ball game, it was an RBI single to right in the bottom of the 8th inning. It actually tied the game. Gatta, who represented the winning run at the time, was thrown out at the plate in that ball game. Pinching up the middle, Bethencourt in at third. Romero's at second, Gatta at first. The first pitch to Matt Hibbert. He pops it up and out of play. Hibbert, who will swing early in the count and against a guy like Billy Philo, who will get ahead and stay ahead. It's a good mantra for Matt Hibbert. Get a pitch early in the count that you can hit. Don't fall too far behind against Philo. First and second, 1 out. Philo looks out to second. Now throws on 0-1, and Hibbert taps a curveball on the ground. The third, Bethencourt will pick it up, step on the bag for 1. The throw to first in the dirt, dug out by Josh Montalongo. 5-3 double play ends the inning, so we're through 5 innings, tied at 2. We'll go to the 6th.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Nico Tony leads it off for Napa in the top of the 6th inning against Jacob Cox. He tosses in strike 1, pitch number 90 of the ball game. For Jacob Cox, strike 1 to Tony. Here he comes on 0-1, and Tony takes strike 2 on the outside corner. 8 strikeouts for Philo, 7 strikeouts for Jacob Cox, looking for his 8th on 0-2, and he deals very high to Tony. Nico in the ballgame 0 for 2. He has a pair of strikeouts, so Cox trying to hand him the hat trick. On 1 ball and 2 strikes, his slider is fouled away. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the 6th, tied at 2. Tony Garr and Bethencourt 4-5-6 for Napa. Cox's 1-2 pitch, shot foul down the right field line, well out of play. Cox trying to get through 6 innings here in the ball game, and now he's going to take a walk behind the mound, and now he's stretching out the right leg. Zach Pace and the trainer out on the field, and now Jacob Cox bent at the waist, and he's limping. That's not good for Jacob Cox. Came up limping after the pitch, and now he's just trying to walk it off. Very frustrated look on the face of Jacob Cox. Takes a couple of steps and then bends down and puts the hands on the knees repeatedly. Dean Poteet's out there with the Stomper trainer, Zach Pace, Bronson Butcher. Cox, who is dealing tonight, 7 strikeouts. Does not want to come out of this ball game. He's going to take a new baseball from Dean Poteet and now climb back onto the hill. Cox visually in pain. But if you know Jacob Cox, you know that he's no thought in his mind about coming out of this game. He throws one pitch, steps out behind the mound. He's talking to Zach Pace. You know he doesn't want to hear what Zach Pace has to say right now. Just go back to the dugout. So Pace and the trainer are going to make their way back to the dugout. Jacob Cox throws one warm-up pitch and says, yeah, I'm ready, let's go. Or probably something along those lines. 1-2 the count on Nico Tony. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat, and we'll see how Jacob Cox responds after feeling some discomfort in what looked like his right leg. Looks into Butcher, who relays the sign, sets the target. Here's the 1-2. Slider taps softly on the ground to third. Quitzer will charge the throw on the run, and they're stretched by Gillespie on the back half. Nice play by Quitzer. Here's Jordan Garr. So, one pitch after Cox feels the discomfort. He gets Tony to ground to third. So they're going to get somebody up and getting ready to come into this game in the Stomper bullpen. Cox is at 95 pitches, so we're getting to that point in the game anyway. But that process may be accelerated now with the discomfort feeling, and he misses low and away to Jordan Garr here. 1 ball and no strikes. Gar's 0 for 2. He popped to second and struck out. Cox's 1-0 delivery, and that's on the outside corner, 1-1. Working quickly here in the 6th with nobody on and 1 out. His 1-1 pitch to Gar is inside for ball 2. It's Ethan Gibbons, the right-hander up in the Stomper pen. Loosening up. Cox's 2-1 pitch. Gar taps it softly on the ground to third. Quitzer will field on a 1 high hop and throw to first. 2 out. Back-to-back slow rollers to Quitzer. Here's Dom Bethencourt. He has a hit in the game, just 1 of 2 for Napa. They both came in the 2nd inning. So he has the hit and he was called out on strikes. Back-to-back grounders to Quitzer at third for the first 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. We're still tied at 2. And what's likely Jacob Cox's last inning on the mound here tonight. His first pitch to Bethencourt, strike 1 on the outside corner. Cox trying to turn in another quality start. He had one his last time out against San Rafael when he went 6 innings and allowed just 3 runs. His 0-1 to Bethencourt, he pulled that one a little too far down and away. 1-1, and then he stumbled off the mound. Back on the hill in a 1-1 count. Gibbons loosening. The 1-1 to Bethencourt. Check swing. Foul ball down the right field line. 1-2. 7 strikeouts for Jacob Cox. He has Bethencourt 1-2 with the bases empty and 2 out. He stares into Butcher. Starts the motion. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing, and he went around, says Dean Poteet. 8 strikeouts for Cox through 6 innings, and he finishes the ball game having retired 7 in a row. Stomper bats coming up. Chris Quitzer, Brent Gillespie, Jacob.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your specialty. No matter what your background is or where you want to go, at Nelson, every day is a great day for a first day. Connect with a Nelson recruiter in your city to start working on putting your next first day on the calendar. Nelson, our talent is finding yours.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We
Chris Quitzer will try and wake the Stomper bats here in the bottom of the 6th inning against Billy Philo. In a 2-2 tie, Philo 73 pitches, 8 strikeouts and a walk. 2 hits against him. His first pitch to Quitzer, a breaking ball, snaps a little too far inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Quitzer. 0 for 2, he's grounded to second and struck out in the ball game. Philo's 1-0 delivery, and this breaking ball stays high, 2-0. Trying to get something going against Philo. 3 hits, 2 in the second, 1 in the 5th against the right-hander. So Ethan Gibbons getting ready. Jacob Cox at 103 pitches through 6 innings. And here's Philo's 2-0. Quitzer tanks down low, 3-0. Quitzer trying to extend that on-base streak to an even 20 games. Now Philo's going to take a walk behind the mound and then climb the back slope. In a 2-2 tie in the 6th. Stompers trying to go ahead for the first time. Philo's 3-0 delivery, and Quitzer takes right down the middle for strike 1. Quitzer taking all the way on 3-0. It's the middle part of the order. Quitzer, Gillespie, Barfield, 3, 4, 5, the big bats here in the 6th inning. Philo's 3-1 pitch, and Quitzer takes strike 2 on the outside corner, and the count is full. Well, if you're gonna do anything against Philo, it's get that pitch count up. His 79th of the ball game, Quitzer fouls it away. DeAngelis had a 9-pitch at bat back in the 2nd inning when he was hit by a pitch. This will be the 7th to Chris Quitzer and the 80th overall for the right-hander for Napa. Quitzer climbs back in, a 3-2 count. Guard second is on the outfield grass. The payoff pitch coming, and Quitzer lines it off of the glove of Montalongo. It hit him in the foot, actually. Quitzer's going to reach, and the Stompers have a base runner. Quitzer has his first hit of the game, a single, a rocket off of Montelongo at first. It hit him in the foot. He had to reach down quickly to try and get it. And a base runner here in the 6th. The Quincer has a single. And Brent Gillespie will be the hitter. Montelongo over at first really stretching out that left foot. It hit him right in the foot. Still feeling it over there. Gillespie hasn't hit in the game, a double back in the 2nd inning. That was the first hit that Philo had allowed. We're going to give Montelongo a second. Gillespie going to climb in the left side. They'll play the overshift on Gillespie. Salas, the shortstop's up the middle. Gar at second is deep. Bethencourt is way off the line at third. Philo from the stretch. First pitch to Gillespie is high and away, ball 1. 7-pitch base hit for Chris Quitzer. He's at first, nobody out in a tie game. Philo from the belt, the 1-0 pitch. Gillespie hits it in the air, right center field. See you later. Gillespie's gone deep the 2nd night in a row. Stompers lead 4-2. Brent Gillespie, his 8th of the season. A 2-run shot to right. He puts the Stompers on top 4-2. First time Philo's hung a breaking ball in the zone. Gillespie took advantage. His 2nd hit of the ball game. Here's Jacob Barfield. That home run brought to you by Epicenter. Make your next family adventure an epic one at Epicenter. And Gillespie in 26 games, 8 home runs and 32 RBIs in 26 games. Philo's first pitch to Jacob Barfield, a curveball that's hit in the air to left. Anderson at the track, at the wall, back to back. Gillespie and Barfield, 5-2. Jacob Barfield's 12th home run of the season. You know the drill. Epicenter brought you that home run. Make your next family adventure an epic one. Tito Fuentes Jr. out of the dugout. He'll go to the mound. Back-to-back home runs from Brent Gillespie and Jacob Barfield. Skyscraping shot to left, and they're going to leave Philo in the ballgame. 5-2 Stompers lead the Quitzers single. Gillespie's 2-run home run to right, and Barfield's 12th of the season to left. 5-2 our score here in the 5th inning. Rob DeAngelis will come to the plate against Billy Philo. DeAngelis, the left-handed hitter with nobody on and nobody out, and Philo throws behind him. DeAngelis tosses the bat, and for the 2nd night in a row, the benches are empty, and Miles Williams is the first one out of the Stomper dugout, and he's holding back Rob DeAngelis. Both benches on the field. Philo, after giving up back-to-back home runs, throws behind Rob DeAngelis. The 9th and 10th home runs that Philo has given up this year, and now everybody's being separated by Dean Poteet. Miles Williams is in the middle of it. He was the first Stomper out of the dugout. DeAngelis looked out to Philo and said, "Really, you're going to throw behind me?" And Williams came out and grabbed DeAngelis right away. Both teams being separated by Dean Poteet, and our umpiring crew and Brent Gillespie and Jacob Cox are now escorting their Stompers back to the dugout. DeAngelis very upset. He's already been hit once in the game. And Philo, after allowing back-to-back home runs, throws behind DeAngelis. And now Willie Ethington is drawing, and somebody has been tossed out of the game from Napa. Miles Williams is trying to keep his side under control. And now we've had a Silverado thrown out of the game. Zach Pace is on the field in the middle of everything, trying to keep both sides separated. Everybody going back to their respective benches. Willie Ethington was yelling from across the field at somebody, and then on Napa's side, not wearing a jersey, got thrown out of the game. It's 5-2 Stompers here in the 6th inning, and for the second night in a row, the benches have cleared. It happened last night in San Rafael. Stompers went on to homer their way to a 10-6 win last night. The count is 1 ball and no strikes on DeAngelis, and now Fuentes and Pace and our umpiring crew are out on the field. And they're going to try and sort things out. So a Napa Silverado has been thrown out of the game, not wearing a jersey, so we don't know who. But Poteet's going to sort it out. What a sequence of events. Quitzer singles. Gillespie's monster 2-run home run to right center. Barfield goes back-to-back to left on the back-to-back pitches. And then Billy Filo throws behind Rob DeAngelis. How Filo hasn't been warned or is still in the game, don't know. The count is 1 ball and no strikes, and Rob DeAngelis is going to come to the plate. Still nobody out, 3 runs in the inning. It's a 6-5 Stomper lead. So Filo obviously frustrated after giving up back-to-back home runs on back-to-back pitches. Dean Poteet's going to come out, and he's going to warn both benches. Poteet's warned both sides for the second night in a row. He was behind the plate last night. The count is 1-0. Both sides have been warned. You knew that was coming. 1-0 the count. DeAngelo stands in, and he'll have a little bit of extra fire here against Filo on this 1-0 pitch. Here it comes to DeAngelis, and Filo deals, and DeAngelis fouls it straight back. Oh, has this gotten exciting? In the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike with the bases empty and nobody out. Here's the pitch from Filo. DeAngelis fouls the curveball straight back off of Tony, and the count is 1-2. Filo on 1-2 to DeAngelis. Here comes the pitch, and DeAngelis strikes out swinging. Strikeout number 9 for Billy Filo. He strikes out DeAngelis for the first out here in the 6th. We'll have a pinch hitter for the Stompers here in the 6th. Nick Kern is going to bat for Pedro Barrios. Kern, who started as the designated hitter last night, did have an RBI single in that game. First pitch to him from Billy Filo. Breaking ball snaps a little bit below the knees of Kern. 1 ball and no strike, so Barrios ends the night 0 for 2, reached on an error and struck out. Kern batting at .250 with 4 RBIs on the season. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and he goes left center. No doubter. See you way later. Nick Kern's first home run of the season. It's 6-2. Third home run of the inning off of Billy Filo. Kern, a pinch hit shot to left center. That home run brought to you by Epicenter. Make your next family adventure an epic one at Epicenter. So that'll get some action stirring in the Napa bullpen. 3 home runs against Filo here in the 6th. Bronson Butcher's going to be the hitter with nobody on and 1 out, and he smokes a breaking ball back up the middle for a base hit. Second hit of the night for Bronson Butcher, a single to center. So here's Rayson Romero coming to the plate. And here comes Tito Fuentes Jr. out of the dugout. A left-hander's up in the Napa bullpen. And Fuentes is going to go to Poteet first. Maybe a double switch coming here. You don't see that very often with the DH in play. So Poteet and Fuentes are going to make their way out to the mound, and that'll likely do it for Billy Filo in this game. 3 home runs in the inning. The Gillespie 2-run, Barfield and Kern solo shots of their own. And now Zach Pace wants to know what the conversation between Fuentes and Poteet was about. Now Poteet and Fuentes and Pace and everybody's going to have a conversation over near third base, about halfway up the third baseline. Maybe something to do with the mound visit here for Fuentes. So he's going to go back to the mound. Pace is going to go back to the third base coach's box. It's a 6-2 Stomper lead here in the 6th. Fuentes in the whole infield on the mound. He's going to leave Filo in the ballgame. That's a second mound visit in the inning. And he leaves Filo in. That's 2 mound visits in the inning from Tito Fuentes Jr., and he hasn't made a change. And you're only allowed 1. The second one, you have to make a change. That's a new rule implemented all across baseball with the 6 mound visits total, and then you get 2. You got to make a change on the second one, and he didn't. He's a little bit confused up here in the booth, and Romero pops the first pitch up. Out to Gar at second base. He makes the catch, 2 away. So you are about just as confused as we are when it comes to the mound visit situation in the inning. But at any rate, Nick Gatta will come to the plate. The man at first and 2 out. 6-2 game here in the bottom of the 6th. And Gatta, who's 0 for 2 with a walk, looking for his first hit after a 4 for 4 night last night with a walk. Butcher's at first base. Filo's first pitch to Nick Gatta. He misses outside with a fastball. 1 ball, no strikes the count after chaos ensued earlier this inning. Filo at the belt. Here comes the 1-0 to Gatta, and that curveball is pulled foul down the right field line, 1-1. Gatta back in the box in a 1-1 count with a man at first and 2 out. Here's the pitch from Filo, and that breaking ball misses inside, ball 2. (6-2) our score. Butcher's at first base. Gatta at the plate. Matt Hibbert on deck, and now Gatta's going to step out. 2-1 is the score down in San Rafael. The Pacific's over the stockade there in the top of the 3rd inning. Stompers have scored 4 times here in the 6th to take the lead. Filo's 2-1 pitch, and Nick Gatta watches a breaking ball a little bit high. Filo looks into Dean Poteet, raises the hand to say, is that a little bit high? And Poteet says yes. 3 balls and 1 strike to count to the left-handed hitter Nick Gatta. Filo from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And Gatta shoots it into left field, down the line, slicing away from Anderson. That goes all the way to the wall. Butcher headed to third. Nick Gatta into second base with a 2-out double. Second and third, nobody out. And Matt Hibbert, the 9th man to hit in the inning, is going to come up, and he may or may not face Billy Filo. Filo looks into the Napa dugout, gives a thumbs up, says, I'm all right. Hibbert will be the 9th man to hit here in the 6th, and he'll try and tack on to this 6-2 lead. Hibbert's 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch. Butcher at third, Gatta at second after the 2-out double, the first hit of the night for Nick Gatta. The 6th hit in the inning for the Stompers. Philo out of the stretch, his first pitch to Hibbert, and a fastball swung on and missed. Nothing in, 1 the count on Matt Hibbert, the right-handed hitting center fielder. Base hit scores at least 1. Philo's nothing in 1 pitch, and Hibbert swings through the fastball, nothing in 2. Oh, 2 the count. Hibbert trying to drive in a couple of runs here in the 6th. He's driven in 1 this year, and it was against Napa 2 nights ago. Philo with a long look into Tony now, and Hibbert calls time. Nothing in 2. Butcher's at third. Ghana's at second with 2 out. Philo's 0-2 pitch to Hibbert. Low, ball 1. Stompers have broken the tie here in the 6th with 3 home runs. One and 2 the count on Hibbert. Philo comes set, the 1-2 delivery. Fouled away. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hibbert trying to collect his first hit of the ballgame. With men at second and third, Philo just trying to escape this 6th inning. His 1-2 pitch. Hibbert takes low, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Hibbert, the 9th man to face Philo. Here's the pitch. Popped up, foul territory, out of play. Down the right field line. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hibbert will see a 7th pitch in the at-bat. Stompers 1 for 4 with men in scoring position in the ball game. The 2-ball, 2-strike pitch coming again from Philo to Hibbert. The breaking ball is taken on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. Stompers score 4 times. The Gillespie 2-run home run. Back-to-back with Barfield, and then Nick Kern hits his first home run of the season. Stompers lead 6-2. Will go to the 7th.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your specialty. No matter what your background is or where you want to go, at Nelson, every day is a
The pinch hit homer will go out, and he will play second base. So Barrios out of the game, and Ethan Gibbons on the hill. His first pitch to Jordan Anderson is popped up right behind home plate. Bronson Butcher backpedaling toward the third baseline. Now he sprints toward the screen, and he drops it. That's an error on Bronson Butcher to keep the at-bat alive for Jordan Anderson. The count is 0-1. So for Gibbons this year, 2-2, his record with a 7.81 ERA. In 27 2/3, he's allowed 24 runs on 38 hits, 35 strikeouts, and 18 walks for the right-hander from Sassoon City, California. In his second season as a Stomper, he'll work from the stretch on 0-1, and Anderson, no doubt about it, to left. 6-3 on Jordan Anderson's sixth home run of the season. This thing is not over yet between these two teams. Sanderson goes deep off of Ethan Gibbons. Now just a 3-run ball game. So here's Nick Olch after the leadoff home run by Anderson. 6-3 in the seventh. Olch will bat. He has walked twice tonight. Gibbons' first pitch to Nick Olch misses down low, 1 ball and no strikes. You'll see the fastball, the curveball, and the changeup from Gibbons. The changeup more to left-handers. He missed to Olch there. The count is 1-0. Gibbons deals, and that catches the outside corner, 1-1. Gibbons steps off the back of the rubber now. He'll Rito in front, wanting Butcher to go through the signs one more time. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that's on the outside corner for strike 2. We're in the seventh in a 6-3 ball game. Gibbons, the first man out of the pen, replacing Jacob Cox. His 1-2 pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Cox threw 103 pitches in 6 innings, allowed 2 runs on 2 hits while striking out 8. That's a season high. And a career high for Cox. Gibbons on 2-2 to Olch. Swung on and missed. There's the changeup from Ethan Gibbons. He strikes out Olch, and Olch is retired for the first time tonight. So Cox, a career high strikeout night with 8. Converted to a starter for the first time in his career this year. So here's Sean Jackson. Jackson's 0 for 1, a sac bunt, and a strikeout. Left-handed hitter against Gibbons, his first pitch. A little bit inside, ball 1. Want to know the count to Jackson. Gibbons delivers, and that one's a little bit outside, 2-0. Fastball there from Gibbons. Nobody on, 1 out, 1 run in on the Anderson home run. His 2-0 pitch to Sean Jackson popped up. Left side, foul territory, and they'll run out of room. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. One out in the top of the 7th. Stompers 2 nights ago snapped a 3-game losing streak to the Silverados, the 7-6 walk-off win. Gibbons 2-1 pitch, and Jackson rolls it foul up first. So defensively, it's Barfield, Hibbert, DeAngelis in the outfield, Quitzer, Romero, Kern, Gillespie. Kern, who's come in to play second base, he pinch hit for Barrios in the bottom half of the sixth inning and went deep, his first home run of the year. Here's the 2-2 in the dirt, and the count is full. Three balls and two strikes on Sean Jackson, the 9-hitter, with Justin Bird on deck. Gibbons payoff pitch. In the air, right center field. That's hit well. DeAngelis on the run. He will not get there, and it's into the gap. Jackson stumbles around first. DeAngelis' throw to second is high, but Sean Jackson with a strong throw from Rob DeAngelis held to a single. He stumbled going around first base. Kept him to a single. He stumbles. DeAngelis' strong throw. Jackson's at first base with one out. So here's Justin Bird. Jackson at first, one out. Justin Bird at the plate. He's 1 for 3. Gibbons' first pitch to Bird is down low, and Gibbons slipped on the follow-through. Bird has the 2-run single. That came back in the second inning. It drove in the first 2 Napa runs of the game. And we were tied at 2 until the bottom of the 6th. Gibbons 1-0 delivery, and Bird ropes it foul down the right field line, 1-1. One ball, one strike on the left-handed hitting Bird. Reached on an error, the 2-run single, and he struck out. Six-3 in the 7th. Gibbons pitching for a ground ball with a man at first and one out. His 1-1, and Bird swings and misses at a changeup. Beautiful changeup from Ethan Gibbons. The bottom just dropped right out of it. He struck out Olch on the changeup for the first out of the inning. Will he go back to it against Bird here? 1-2 the count. Jackson leads from first. Here's the 1-2 pitch. On the inside corner, strike 3 called. Bird down looking, 2 away in the 7th. Second strikeout for Ethan Gibbons in the inning. That brings up Willie Salas, the shortstop. Salas 0 for 3. 3 grounders to the left side of the infield, 2 to short. Gibbons works from the stretch. The first pitch to Salas, a fastball for strike 1 on the outside corner. Salas, who came in with a .366 average, second best in the league, only to Nick Gatta. He's been held off the bases all 3 times tonight. Gillespie holds on the runner at first. Gibbons 0-1 outside, ball 1. A home run and a single in the inning. Gibbons 1-1. That curveball stays high to Salas. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Straight away in the outfield, deep on the left side of the infield. Kern at second, plays up toward the middle. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Stompers lead 6-3. Jackson inching off the bag at first. Gibbons set. The 2-2. Outside and the count is full. Second full count against Gibbons in the inning. Gillespie's going to play behind the runner at first. Jackson will get a head start on this 3-2 pitch. Josh Montalongo is looming on deck. Runner goes, Gibbons payoff. Swung on and missed. Ethan Gibbons strikes out the side in the 7th. Napa gets a run on the Jordan Anderson solo home run. Stretch time with the Stompers leading 6-3. 3, 4, 5 spots coming up when we return.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
New pitcher for Napa here in the bottom of the 7th inning is going to be left-hander Andrew Fuentes, making his 12th appearance with a 4.86 ERA. He's allowed 11 earned runs on 11 hits and 20 and a third, while striking out 25 and walking 25. So high strikeout numbers and high walk numbers for Fuentes, and averaging more than a strikeout and more than one walk an inning. The left-hander will face Chris Quitzer, and his first pitch is in for a called strike. Quitzer started that 4-run sixth with a single. Fuentes working out of the stretch. His 0-1 delivery, and that slider is way outside to Quitzer, 1-1. Fuentes, the 6'4", 23-year-old from Woodland, California, comes into the 7th in a 6-3 ball game. Stompers lead it. Here's the 1-1, and that hit Chris Quitzer right in the ribs. And both sides were warned, so I really don't understand why Fuentes is still in the game. You warned both benches, and then he hits a guy, intentional or not. They were warned. I don't know. Here's Brent Gillespie after the hit batter. Sometimes you're just left scratching your head and wondering what's going on. Gillespie's 2 for 3 in the ball game. He has a double and a 2-run home run. Quitzer took it right in the ribs. Fuentes' first pitch. The curveball is very high. 1 ball and no strikes. Fuentes, who has shown that he a little bit wild in the first 4 pitches that he's thrown here this inning, and that doesn't really warrant the fact that you can just let him off the hook. Mound visit from Tito Fuentes. He'll go out and talk to his left-handed reliever. So Quitzer hit by the pitch to open the inning. Let's check on the game in San Rafael, huh? Pacific's hosting the Salina Stockade, and they lead the Stockade 5-1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That game has started about an hour and a half later than it was scheduled to start. That was due to the extra inning game over in Vallejo, the Stockade playing 2 today. 1-0 the count on Brent Gillespie, left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch from Fuentes, and that fastball catches the inside corner, says Poteet, 1-1. Gillespie had the first of 3 home runs off of Philo in the 6th inning. He and Barfield went back-to-back in that inning, and he takes outside here, ball 2. Miles Williams is in the on-deck circle. So it looks like Williams is going to pinch hit here in this bottom of the 7th. The 2-1 to Gillespie. A little flare into short left field. On comes Anderson. He dives, and it's past him. Quitzer's going to go to third. Gillespie racing for second, and Brent Gillespie has his 3rd hit of the ball game, his 2nd double, and the Stompers have 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Miles Williams is going to pinch hit for Jacob Barfield. Barfield ends the night 1 for 3 with a solo home run. So Williams will bat. On this season, Miles is hitting .261, 9 home runs, 31 driven in, a .259 average with men in scoring position, 2nd and 3rd. And nobody out against Andrew Fuentes. His first pitch is outside with a fastball for ball 1. Gillespie, the double to left after Quitzer was hit by a pitch. 2nd and 3rd. Here's the 1-0. Williams swings through the fastball, 1-1. Barfield ends the night with his 12th home run, his 26th run batted in, so he'll have the night off defensively for the rest of the night. On 1-1, Fuentes home, and Williams takes low. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. A right-hander's up in the Napa bullpen. Nobody's up for the Stompers. Here's the 2-1, and Williams takes on the inside corner, knee high, 2-2. Quitzer at third, Gillespie at second in a 6-3 game in the bottom of the 7th. Fuentes is 2-2 pitch. Williams takes outside, ball 3. The count is full on Miles Williams pinch hitting here in the 7th. The payoff from Fuentes. Down low, ball 4, so Miles Williams works a pinch hit walk. Bases loaded for Rob DeAngelis. DeAngelis, who had it thrown behind him. And now here comes Tito Fuentes out of the dugout, and he is going to make a change. Pitching change here in the 7th, brought to you by Sonoma Hills Retirement with the bases loaded and nobody out. It'll be a new pitcher to face Rob DeAngelis. Fuentes, that is, will take the ball from Fuentes, and we'll have a new right-hander coming into the game for Napa. Bases loaded, nobody out. Stompers lead 6-3. Rob DeAngelis is going to hit with the bases loaded and nobody out. Against the Napa closer, Rob Humes is going to come into the game here in the 7th inning, making his 18th appearance, a 1.63 ERA. He struck out 20, walked 17, allowed 4 runs in 22 innings. He allowed the walk-off 2 nights ago. He'll come in and try and clean up this 7th inning. His first pitch to Rob DeAngelis is high, ball 1. DeAngelis in the game 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and he scored. And DeAngelis was at the plate when Philo threw behind him in the 6th inning and got the benches onto the field. 1 ball and no strike to count. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the 1-0, and DeAngelis shoots it foul off to the left. DeAngelis went on to strike out in that at-bat. Trying to drive home some runs against Humes, the 6'1 right-hander from Berlin, New Jersey. He's been the Napa closer this year. He's in a cleanup role to try and keep this a 3-run game in the 7th. His 1-1, and that breaking ball is outside to DeAngelis. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Chris Quitzer was drilled to open the inning by Andrew Fuentes, and the benches were warned, and Fuentes was kept in the game. And then Gillespie doubled. Miles Williams pinch hit for Jacob Barfield and walked to load the bases. Here's the 2-1, and DeAngelis hits it in the air, right center field. That's hit well. On the run is Bird near the wall. That'll fall. Extra bases for DeAngelis. 2 runs are going to come in and score a 2-run double for DeAngelis, and it's 8-3. Rob DeAngelis drives into his 31st and 32nd RBIs. Quitzer scores, Gillespie scores, still nobody out, 2nd and 3rd.
I'm just thinking they wouldn't be earned for him, they'd be earned for the program will calculate that. That's what
So here's Nick Kern. Pinch hit for Pedro Barrios last inning against his former team and went deep, his first home run. First pitch to him from Rob Humes. He deals a fastball in at the knees for strike 1. Kern with a home run and 5 RBIs on the season, now with a chance to add on to that RBI total here in the 7th. Humes on 0-1, and Kern checks his swing on a breaking ball. He did not go around. Able to hold up the swing, and it's 1-1. Williams at 3rd. DeAngelis at 2nd after the 2-run double. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Kern hits it on the ground to short, and Tallis moving up the middle. He'll field. The throw to first is in time. A run does come in to score. An RBI ground out for Nick Kern, and it's 9-3. Kern with 2 RBIs now in the ballgame. Williams trots in from 3rd. DeAngelis moves up to 3rd on the play. And Bronson Butcher is going to come to bat. Butcher 2 for 3 in the game. RBI single in the 2nd, a single in the 6th, and then he was called out on strikes. First pitch to him from Rob Humes, hit sharply on the ground to short. Salas will field it, though. The throw to first, high, and Montelongo pulls it down. That ends the inning. No, that's 2 outs, beg your pardon. Get a little ahead of yourself here when you get a little excited. Brings in a run. It's 10-3. That scoreboard right, huh? Bronson Butcher's 2nd RBI of the ballgame brings in Rob DeAngelis. So 2 outs in the bases empty, and the Stompers have put up 4 runs for the 2nd straight inning. First pitch to Romero. Humes deals in a strike. So 3 of the 4 runs will be charged to Andrew Fuentes. His line is closed. Did not record an out. Allowed 3 runs, all earned on 1 hit. There's the 0-1 to Romero. Breaking ball sprayed foul out of play off to the right. Back-to-back RBI groundouts for Kern and Butcher. DeAngelis a 2-run double, and we sit at a 10-3 ball game here in the 7th. Stompers 2 in the 2nd, 4 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th inning. The 0-2 on the outside corner, strike 3, so that is the final out of the inning. Romero down on strikes. The Stompers score 4 more times. A 2-run double by DeAngelis, Kern, and Butcher notch RBI groundouts. So we'll go to the top of the 8th. Stompers lead by 7. 3, 4, 5 spots coming up.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma County's home team. We're your progressive alternative to big banks, delivering a full roster of great banking services, but at much lower costs. Our lineup always hits it out of the park. Auto loans, home loans, manufactured home loans, and 100% free checking that pays you back. We're equally proud to support lots of local groups, including the Sonoma Stompers, because that's what neighbors do. We're the home of league-leading Kasasa Checking. Kasasa Checking is better than free. It pays you, and you choose how you want to be rewarded. Bonus dividends on your deposits, or cash back on your debit card purchases. And Kasasa makes any ATM a free ATM. It's easy to switch to Kasasa in just minutes at northbaycu.com. Our convenient branches are just a short stop from anywhere, including our newest Sonoma Valley and Rohnert Park locations. Don't let banks throw curveballs at your budget with high rates and foul fees. Count on North Bay Credit Union to save you money every day. Learn more at northbaycu.com or call 707-584
Ethan Gibbons back out for this top of the 8th inning. He'll face Josh Montalongo, Nico Tony, and Jordan Gar as Montalongo fouls the first pitch out of play down the left field line, and the count is 0-1. The Stompers score 4 times in back-to-back innings to take a 10-3 lead here in this one. Gibbons on 0-1. Montalongo hits it high in the air to left. DeAngelis at the track. He looks up, and a solo home run for Josh Montalongo makes it 10-4. So in each inning, the Stompers have scored 4 times. Napa has come back with a solo home run to lead off the next inning. 10-4 on Montalongo's 14th home run of the season. 14th home run, 41st run batted in. Leadoff shot here in the 8th. So for the second inning in a row, Ethan Gibbons gives up a leadoff home run. Nobody on, nobody out after the Montalongo solo homer. So here's Nico Tony, who's 0 for 3. Gibbons' first pitch to Tony, a fastball on the outside, black for strike 1. On a night that's really cooled down here, the ball still continues to fly in this ballpark, and Gibbons is breaking ball. This is high to Tony, 1-1. Gibbons out of the stretch. His pitch to Tony is popped out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count. Two balls, 1 strike, the count on Nico Tony with nobody on and nobody out. Gibbons' pitch. A breaking ball is smashed into left field. That'll split the gap into left center. DeAngelis over to cut it off. Tony hustling around first. He'll go to second. Here's the throw in plenty of time. Nick Kern runs him down for out number 1. What a throw by Rob DeAngelis from left to cut down Nico Tony. It was smashed into the gap. Tony never hesitated around first, and DeAngelis threw a strike to nail him at second by 5 feet. One out, Jordan Gar is going to come to the plate after the beautiful throw by DeAngelis to cut down Tony. First pitch from Gibbons to Jordan Gar. Fouled off at the plate, 0-1. Gibbons, the 28-year-old from Sassoon City. After going 8-1 last year, he's transitioned to the bullpen here this season. His 0-1 is a little bit outside to Gar. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gar is 0 for 3. A pop-up, a strikeout, and a ground out. Gibbons looking in. His 1-1 pitch. On the inside corner, strike 2 with a fastball. Gar thought it was a ball. One ball, 2 strikes on Gar with nobody on and 1 out. 1 run in. Here's his 1-2. Gar taps it softly up the first baseline. It'll hit the lip of the grass and kick foul. It stayed fair for about the first 35 feet, and then right when it hit that edge where the grass meets the dirt, enough spin on it to knock it into foul ground, and Gar gets a second life here against Ethan Gibbons. Gar takes the walk back to home plate. He was already all the way down at first. The count's 1-2. So Miles Williams, who pinch hit for Jacob Barfield, comes into the game. He plays right field, and DeAngelis, of course, moved to left. He threw out Tony on that base hit. Here's the 1-2. Gar pops it out of play. So defensively for the Stompers now, it's DeAngelis, Hibbert, Williams. Left to right in the outfield. Quitzer, Romero on the left side. Kern, Gillespie on the right side with Butcher behind the home plate. One and 2 the count. Gar, the right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch from Ethan Gibbons. Breaking ball, check swing. It got Poteet. And we're going to assume he didn't go. Butcher calls time, and now Poteet is down on one knee. So Gar checked his swing. They didn't appeal. It got through the legs of Bronson Butcher, and now Dean Poteet has his hand on the ground holding himself up on one knee. Second time tonight we've seen the man behind the plate get hit, whether it's the catcher or our umpire. Poteet still on one knee. He's being checked out. Dean's one tough guy behind the plate. Back on both feet now as he wipes off the pants. Two balls, 2 strikes. Poteet back up on both feet and back behind the plate. The count is 2-2. Everybody back to their positions now. Jordan Gar digs back in the right-handed batter's box. Nobody on, 1 out. Gibbons 2-2 once again to Jordan Gar. Low, ball 3. Full count to Gar. Dominic Bethencourt waits on deck for Napa. 10-4 our score in the top of the 8th. The payoff pitch coming from Gibbons. Swung on and missed. Gar down on strikes. Gibbons has 4 strikeouts and an inning and 2/3. With Gibbons' 4 strikeouts, they've now struck out 12 Silverados in the game through 7 2/3. Here's Dominic Bethencourt. 1 for 3 in the game, a single. He scored a run in the second inning and a pair of strikeouts. Bases are empty with 2 away. Gibbons works from the stretch. Here comes his first pitch to Bethencourt, and he swings and misses. 0-1. Nothing in, 1 on Bethencourt, the right-handed hitter. Butcher sets the target. Gibbons deals. That misses low to Bethencourt for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Kern at second, playing a little up the middle on Bethencourt. Romero at short. He has his heels on the grass, and Quitzer very deep over at third base. The 1-1 pitch on the outside corner from Gibbons, 1-2. Gibbons has struck out 4 in an inning and 2/3. He's ahead of Bethencourt 1-2. It's been a strikeout game here tonight for both sides. Gibbons set. He deals on 1-2, and that is high and away. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, and 2 out. Stompers lead 10-4. Gibbons stares in. Bethencourt raises the bat. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Popped up in the air to right. Williams calling for it. He'll come on, and he makes the catch. That ends the inning. Napa does get a run on the Josh Montalongo solo home run. We'll go to the last of the 8th. Top of the lineup coming up for the Stompers, leading it 10-4.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Wordmice.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your specialty. No matter what your background is or where you want to go, at Nelson, every day is a great day for a first day. Connect with a Nelson recruiter in your city to start working on putting your next first day on the calendar. Nelson, our talent is finding yours.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma.
Nick Gana leads us off in the bottom of the 8th inning against new Napa left-hander Mark Young Jr., who deals in a first pitch to Gana a little bit outside and low for ball 1. Mark Young Jr., 6'1 left-hander from San Diego, California. He's out of the windup, and the 1-0 to Gana is punched on the ground to third. Bethencourt scoops it up. The throw to first, offline. An error by Bethencourt over at third base allows Nick Gana to reach for the 3rd time tonight. So the throwing error by Bethencourt, and the Stompers have a leadoff base runner. This will be the 12th appearance for Mark Young Jr. No record with a 8.25 ERA. 12 innings, 12 hits, 12 runs, 11 earned, 14 walks, 14 strikeouts. So here's Matt Hibbert. Hibbert's 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch earlier in the game. The left-handed Mark Young, and he slices one into right center field. Coming on is Bird, and it will fall in front for a base hit. Matt Hibbert has his first hit of the night. And the Stompers continue to roll here in the 8th. Chris Quitzer's coming up.
I'd say line driving.
Ryan Richardson is up in the Stomper bullpen. Quitzer in the game, 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the 6th. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the 7th. An RBI opportunity for the left-handed hitter now, with first and second and nobody out against the left-hander Mark Young Jr. At the chest, Jr. looks to second. Now his first pitch to Quitzer is outside and on the corner. 0-1 the count on Chris Quitzer. 0-1. Quitzer awaits. Young set, and he breaks his bat on a little flare right to Bethencourt at third. Quitzer finishes off the broken bat, snapping it on the ground. So he pops to Bethencourt for the first out of the inning. Here comes Brent Gillespie. Gillespie is 3 for 4 tonight. 2 doubles, a 2-run homer. He's scored 3 times. RBI opportunity for him here. Got us at second, Hibbert at first with just 1 out. 10-4 our score. Stompers lead in the 8th. Mark Young's first pitch to Gillespie, and he swings and misses at the fastball. It's 0-1. Gillespie trying to add some insurance runs here in the 8th. Stompers lead by 6. The 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Gillespie only retired 1 time tonight. Trying to get on for a 4th time. Mark Young, the new left-hander, is 1-1, and Gillespie fouls it in and out of the glove of Nico Tony. 1-2 the count, so Humes goes an inning. Allows a run on a hit. Came in relief in the 7th. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gillespie. Ripping the cover off the ball ever since putting on a Stomper uniform. The 1-2 pitch. Tapped softly up the first baseline and foul. Gillespie just doing what he could to get the bat on the ball. Keep the at-bat alive against Mark Young Jr., the left-hander. Young looks to second, now fires on 1-2, and Gillespie takes a breaking ball low and away. Two and 2 the count on Gillespie with 2 on and 1 out in the 8th. Driven in 2 on the night so far. The 2-2 from Young. Way outside, and the count is full. Got a reach to open the inning on the throwing error by Bethencourt, the third baseman, and then Hibbert sliced a base hit to right center. Quitzer hit a little broken bat flare to Bethencourt at third base. Payoff pitch coming from Mark Young to Brent Gillespie, and he hits it on the ground to first, and Montalongo, he dropped it! An error by Josh Montalongo on a 6-hop ground ball to first. The inning continues, and the bases are loaded for Miles Williams. Williams, who pinch hit for Barfield in the 7th, worked a full count walk and then later came around to score. 1 out, bases loaded. Young's first pitch, and Williams takes outside, ball 1. Stompers scored 4 times in the 6th, 4 times in the 7th, have bases loaded and 1 out here in the 8th. No runs have come in to score yet this inning. Young's 1-0. Williams takes a 2-seamer that tails back to the inside corner, 1-1. Gata at third, Hibbert at second, Gillespie at first after the error by Montalongo. The 1-1 delivery. Good changeup there from Young. Running away from Williams. He comes up empty on the swing, 1-2. Williams has driven in 31 on the year. The 0-1-2 pitch is high and away. Two balls in, 2 strikes on Williams, the right-handed hitter, against the left-handed Mark Young in his first inning of relief. Here's his 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. He strikes out Miles Williams for out number 2, and now it's up to Rob DeAngelis. DeAngelis is 1 for 3 in the game, a 2-run double his last time up. That was off of Rob Humes, the first man that Humes faced out of the bullpen. So DeAngelis is tasked with keeping this bottom of the 8th inning going for the Stompers. Ryan Richardson's up in the bullpen. The first pitch to DeAngelis outside with a fastball for ball 1. Gar at second is very deep. He's 2 steps onto the outfield grass. Montelongo is back at first. Salas and Bethencourt on the left side of the infield deep. The 1-0 pitch. DeAngelis takes low ball 2. Hit by a pitch and scored in the second, doubled home 2 and scored in the 7th. Way ahead in the count on Mark Young Jr. 2 balls in, no strikes. Left-hander ready with the bases loaded. The 2-0. DeAngelis breaks his bat on a squibber to third. Bethencourt picks it up. The throw to first on the run in time. Stompers load the bases but cannot score, and we'll go to the 9th. Stompers lead 10-4.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma County's home team. We're your progressive alternative to big banks, delivering a full roster of great banking services, but at much lower costs. Our lineup always hits it out of the park. Auto loans, home loans, manufactured home loans, and 100% free checking that pays you back. We're equally proud to support lots of local groups, including the Sonoma Stompers, because that's what neighbors do. We're the home of league-leading Kasasa Checking. Kasasa Checking is better than free. It pays you, and you choose how you want to be rewarded. Bonus dividends on your deposits, or cash back on your debit card purchases. And Kasasa makes any ATM a free ATM. It's easy to switch to Kasasa in just minutes at northbaycu.com. Our convenient branches are just a short stop from anywhere, including our newest Sonoma Valley and Rohnert Park locations. Don't let banks throw curveballs at your budget with high rates and foul fees. Count on North Bay Credit Union to save you money every day. Learn more at northbaycu.com or call 707-584-0384. Loans subject to approval. Details at northbaycu.com.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today,
A 5th appearance in 23 1/3 innings. He's allowed 2 earned runs on 12 hits, 34 strikeouts, and 2 walks. He'll face Anderson, Olchen, Jackson, 7-8-9, and his first pitch to Anderson. In for strike 1. Last time Richardson pitched was 2 nights ago. against these Napa Silverados. He came in a 6-6 game in the ninth, struck out the side, and the Stompers went on to walk off. Out of the stretch is 0-1 to Anderson, hit in the air to left. DeAngelis moving to his right makes the catch. One out here in the ninth. Quick update on the game down in San Rafael. They're halfway done. They're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Pacifics lead the Stockade 8-1. Remember, the Stockade will be here tomorrow at 1 o'clock, 1:05 first pitch, an afternoon game. Sunday from Palooza Park in Arnold Field. So here is Nick Olch, the DH tonight. Richardson starts him, and he fouls the first pitch away. Then we're back here on Monday. Don't forget that one. 6:05 against these Napa Silverados on Monday night. Then we're on the road Tuesday in Vallejo. Here's Richardson's 0-1 to Olch. He misses outside with a fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Olch 0 for 1, a strikeout, 2 walks. Richardson, the closer, on in a non-save situation. 10-4 our score. The 1-1 to Olch is fouled out of play, so he's ahead of him 1-2. That brings the ever-dangerous Ryan Richardson changeup into the equation now, especially ahead of the left-handed hitter. He'll throw it to both sides of the plate, righties and lefties. Here he is on 1-2, and Olch takes a called strike 3. The changeup from Richardson. Olch is down looking, 2 gone. The 13th Silverado to strike out in the game. Here is Sean Jackson, 1 for 2 with a hit, a sac bunt. He's struck out. 2 out, nobody on. Richardson from the stretch. His first pitch coming to Sean Jackson, and that's a little bit outside with the fastball for ball 1. Stompers trying to win their 3rd straight and hand Napa their 3rd straight loss. From the belt, Richardson's 1-0. Fouled into the glove of Butcher for strike 1. The 29-year-old right-hander has emerged into the closer role this year after Jacob Cox has put into the starting rotation. The 1-1 to Jackson. On the inside corner, strike 2. The fastball from Richardson. He got Olch looking on the changeup for the 2nd out. He'll likely go back to that changeup here against Jackson. The 1-2. Checked his swing on the off-speed pitch, did Jackson. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the left-handed hitter. Jackson just able to hold up the swing. 2-2, nobody on, 2 away. Richardson readies, and he fires on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ryan Richardson, and the ball game is over. Final line score here in tonight's ball game. For the Stompers, 10 runs on 12 hits, 1 error. They strand 8. For the Napa Silverados, 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 errors. They leave 5. Winning pitcher tonight is Jacob Cox. He is 3-0. Billy Filo gets the loss. He is 4-3. Final time of tonight's ball game, 3 hours and 2 minutes. The Stompers improve to 34-12, 22 games above 500, and Napa's now back to 500 at 23-23. The lead right now sits at 8 games, with San Rafael and Salinas still in action down at Albert Park. But we'll be back here tomorrow. 1:05 first pitch right here at Palooza Park tomorrow as we host the Salinas Stockade. Cox gets the win. Richardson slams the door. The big innings, the 6th and the 7th. The Stompers scored 4 times in the 6th, 4 times in the 7th, 3 home runs in that 6th inning against Billy Filo, the Napa starter. 10-4 our final from tonight. The Stompers win. They've now won 3 straight. That does it for us. 10-4 the final. For everybody with Sonoma TV and for everybody with the Sonoma Stompers, I'm Forrest Hunt saying so long, everybody. We will see you tomorrow, 1:05 first pitch right here. Have a very pleasant, good rest of your night.